Hello everybody, welcome back to the Footy Recap. A big interesting development for Liverpool as they have made a bid for Yankuba Minteh of around 50 million, although he is injured until around October from what I've seen. But a very interesting development for Liverpool, as we can see Liverpool also looking potentially to add Adam Wharton in after Curtis Jones has left, according to Ekram Kona here, who is a pretty reliable journalist. And in general, I think Liverpool are looking to make some big moves in the final stage of the transfer window. We did see from Fabrizio Romano that Liverpool would be the busiest club pretty much in the world over the last 2 weeks of the transfer window, which we are now in. And the reality is Liverpool have got to get their skates on because they've only signed Munoz and Araujo, and it looks as though they want to sign Barcola. That's not completed yet. Yankuba Minteh looking like the right wing solution for them to replace Salah on that side at least, and really buying 3 or 4 wingers is the name of the game for Liverpool by the looks of things, in order to replace the output of Salah and to try and rejuvenate the team in the forward areas. We know that Iraola for them is going to be high pressing, and it looks like with the Champions League, which he's never done before as well, he's going to be looking to add quite a few players in that he can rotate and optimise. But this is a big move for Liverpool, and one of the only major actual updates that we've seen for Liverpool in the transfer window of an official bid, apart from what we saw with Liverpool buying Munoz, which was a hijack, Araujo, which came out of nowhere. Liverpool have not actually bought anyone else so far. But like we saw from Fabrizio Romano, it's pretty likely that Liverpool are going to be making some big moves in the final stages of the transfer window. A Liverpool midfielder could be added with Curtis Jones leaving, obviously. Although, if you take a quick look at their squad here, I would imagine that really, with 5 players for 2 positions here in the midfield, I don't really think that it would be likely. But for me, Liverpool are looking like they are going to be making some potential big additions. Barcola for the left wing, Minteh for the right wing. They've still got Ngamoa, Gakpo, Chiesa, and then obviously Munoz as well, who they've recently added. Isak, Ekitike to come back. And then Lewis Kumas, who played really well in pre-season. In general, excuse me, I think I've got the hiccups. In general, Liverpool are starting to add a lot of players to their squad in general. And really the pace and power, and also the work rate and the intensity and the youth that they're adding to their forward line is also quite an interesting development for Liverpool, in my opinion. Pretty much all the players that they are being linked with buying or looking at are under 23, and we know that Iraola at Bournemouth was so successful at developing young players, making them better and making them into a real threat. There were loads of players there: Ryan, Krupi, Semenyo, Alex Scott, just a few that come to mind off the top of my head the past few seasons. All played extremely well, Premier League proven players that were relatively unknown before they went there and turned into very good players in his system, in his style of play. And that's exactly where I would put Yankuba Minteh, really. A player that, isn't going to burn the house down in terms of people going, what an amazing signing. But I think he would fit Liverpool very well in terms of the style of play that Iraola wants to play. He turns the ball over all the time, high up the pitch, creates problems. He's very pacey. He can obviously play on that right wing side, which looks like a bit of a concern for Liverpool at the minute. Trying Ngamoa there a few times, and it's not really working that well. I think for me, the situation at Liverpool is really that there's going to be quite a lot of movement in the final days of the transfer window here. I think at least two wingers come in. Maybe Gakpo gets sold from what we've been seeing. Tottenham might still buy him, even though they've bought the entire league so far. I think Tottenham have bought an entire new first team pretty much, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. But anyway, it seems as though Liverpool are going to make a lot of signings in the final 2 weeks. I think the Barcola one has been rattling on in the background for some time. You can see even Iraola coming in and saying that they do need more signings. They do need more depth. We can see we'll definitely sign some players, is what he said for Sky Sports here, as you can see, which is an interesting one. And also, we can see that Liverpool are moving in for the Barcola deal, but the Ibrahim Mbaye one is a little bit more problematic because apparently PSG are asking for too much, which I think is leading us to down the road of potentially seeing Liverpool signing not the double swoop that everyone was looking at of Barcola and Mbaye, but actually looking at getting Minteh, which has been subject of some official first-class news here from Ornstein saying that we had bid for him. And the reality is, for me, Liverpool may end up signing a midfielder. Adam Wharton has long been admired by Liverpool, which would be an amazing signing for Liverpool, but 80 to 100 million is probably too much with Barcola, 120 million, and then another winger. It's going to be another £400 million summer for Liverpool, and I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be sanctioned. We'll have to wait and see, but as of right now, this is a very interesting one for Liverpool, and I think it's very, very likely the Barcola deal gets done, but from what we've been seeing already, Barcola, Munoz, Engamoa, Chiesa, Gakpo, they've got Ekitike to come back, Isak, Kumas could get promoted. There's a lot of players in there. They've still got Wirtz and Harvey Elliott for the 10 position. Liverpool are looking pretty stacked, let's face it, in terms of signings. But I do think they just need to go and bloody make some, don't they? I think with the addition of Barcola, it alleviates a lot of the pressure. I think there's 4 or 5 players there for 2 positions in the wing areas that can do a great job. But there is also the case of basically Liverpool do need to sign depth, players that can rotate in, players who can come on at 60, 70 minutes and rejuvenate Iraola's press. We know at Bournemouth he did like to rotate his wingers, change the sides of them, and also just give them a little bit, of a refresher, a little bit of a break. And with the Champions League as well, which Iraola has not done before, it's obviously a big concern for him. And it's a potential sticking point as well of being, well, it seems as though he may end up getting quite a few injuries. We did see Bournemouth get quite a lot of injuries last season. Could this be an issue for Liverpool this season with the press being so intense, the style of play, and the Champions League added on? Could injuries be a factor for Liverpool next season? I think they probably will be. And I think this is another reason why Liverpool are looking to be linked with so many wingers and adding so many players. The reality is going to be that Liverpool do need to have depth because there will be a few injuries picked up from the style of play and the element of rotation that Iraola likes to do, and also the element of rotation that will be required probably with the Champions League being demanding on Iraola's system as well. You can see why Liverpool are looking to sign a few players, but I think realistically if they sign Barcola and Minteh or Endrick, who's also been linked from what I've been seeing, I don't think I've got an actual article of that, but Liverpool also being linked with Endrick in the past few days. It's clear that Liverpool are looking for a left winger and a right winger, with the addition of Munoz and Araujo, maybe even a central midfielder, which would really blow the doors off for Liverpool's transfer window. As it stands right now, Liverpool in a situation where really it's pretty likely that they are going to be signing Yankuba Minteh by the looks of things for around 60 million. Loads of Brighton journalists coming out and saying that that deal is basically going to get done once they bid 60 million, which is what the asking price has been all summer from what I've seen. And from there, it's really just a case of Liverpool add Minteh. He comes back in October from his injury. They add Barcola. Is that enough players for them? I think probably, I would say it is. Unless Gakpo does go to Tottenham. But from what I've been seeing, Tottenham have literally just bought Savinho and they're about to buy Marmoush as well. A genuinely unbelievable project developing at Tottenham right now. I literally cannot believe the amount of players that they have been buying, if I'm being completely honest. But anyway, I digress. It looks as though Liverpool are going to be signing Minteh, which I think would be a shrewd signing for them. Ultimately, fits the style of play for Iraola massively. Get your comments in down below because this is a fascinating one, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I want to know what you think about this, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.